Cool. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Kevin Wright Show, the podcast. With me today is Josh Seal. Josh, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, thank you. I'm super pumped to be here. I really appreciate it.
It's good to have you, man. It's good to have you. We've had you on the show before. Man, today we're talking about your Hollywood story.
Yes.
It is an interesting story, your Hollywood story. You almost fucking made it. Like, you were that close to breaking through in Hollywood.
I was that close to being that guy.
It's a cool story. Okay, so you were a child actor.
Correct.
Tell us how you got the acting bug. Like, what did you see that just lit you on fire for acting?
Okay, the whole thing started because my favorite show, and this is back in the 80s, okay, I watched a show called Lifestyles and the Rich and Famous.
Yeah, Lifestyles with Robin
Leach.
Robin Leach.
Yes. This guy who had this, exotic accent and drank champagne and was on these mega yachts and limos with jacuzzis in the back.
Yeah.
And all of these things. And I was intrigued.
Yeah.
I was intrigued by the money and the wealth and the stardom and all of it. And Lamborghini at the time was my favorite car, a red Lamborghini.
It's still my favorite car.
Yeah. A red Lamborghini was like my dream.
Lamborghini Countach. I remember that, dude. The Lamborghini Countach.
Yeah. I had the little model cars.
Of course, Micro Machines.
DuckTales was my favorite cartoon, and they swim in this big safe full of gold coins.
One quick question. Why did wealth appeal to you? Why did Lifestyles of the Rich and Scrooge McDuck?
Because for whatever reason, I wanted a butler, and I wanted a bowling alley in my house, and an elevator, and I wanted, I just was so intrigued by the movies. And
how did you know that Hollywood was the route to becoming powerful and wealthy?
Because for whatever reason,
As a kid,
for whatever reason, I knew I was not a musician or a singer.
Okay.
So
to become famous.
Yes, to become famous.
I'm going to cross all the shit off my list.
Yeah, and I did this as a child. At 8 years old, I'm calculating this without even really understanding it. And I've always been a dancer. I mean, my mom would go to the grocery store, leave me outside of the car. I'd turn the radio up, I'd put the door open, and I'd be breakdancing by the car.
You weren't scared of performing?
No, I loved to be a social butterfly, which I still do, and I love to entertain for people. I love telling stupid little jokes. I would watch Eddie Murphy Raw, and Delirious, and Saturday Night Live.
Stand-up comedy.
And I would be at awe. It was.
I want to be up there. I want to be on that stage.
I wanted to be Eddie Murphy,
dude.
You know,
Eddie
and
Murphy.
I would walk around as a kid in my tidy whities, and I stuffed them full of stuff, and I would do all this weird, crazy stuff.
You're constantly performing.
And like I said, I loved dancing. I loved it. It was just,
Were you a good dancer?
Yeah, I was a great dancer. Great.
Like b-boy style, like break dancing?
Break dancing. And slow dance. I loved to dance and entertain.
This is all when you're 8 years old?
8 years old.
So you tell your parents, guys, I want to be an actor.
I want to be an actor.
So how'd you figure out the next steps?
I just kept saying that over and over and over again. And, we lived in San Diego, and at the time, it's New York and L.A. Mostly L.A. for movies and things of that nature. There wasn't a whole lot of, there was no internet. There was none of this going on then. And but there was a company called Faces International, okay, which would take headshots of you, and actually the more you paid,
were they advertising, or like how did you hear about them?
You had to pay. Well, yeah, they would advertise on commercial TV.
We can make you famous.
Yeah, get into soap operas and commercials and these kinds.
We made this guy famous. We made that girl famous.
Yeah, and so it was something I saw it, and I begged and begged and begged and begged my parents, and because I was a spoiled little baby, I got what I wanted.
How much did it cost to get your headshots and get into that? That's kind of like a modeling agency type thing.
Yes, and I think they borrowed money from my grandparents.
Do you remember how much the initial?
I want to say $500.
Oh, it's $500.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a pyramid scheme, but sometimes it works out.
Yeah. Correct. And so they take these headshots. You do all these, pictures of me in like a football jersey, construction hat, nerdy sweater vest.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, just show your range in photos.
Nice.
The whole, I'm adorable thing.
Yep.
And so we did that. And it was a pretty large organization at the time. And Then there's like little acting classes, and then this magazine with your photos in it, your headshots in it, goes out. And obviously, the more you paid, the bigger the photo was, page was, and stuff like that. Well, this magazine, which is about a yearbook thick.
What was it called again?
Faces International.
Faces International Magazine.
Yes, and actually the person on the cover of my magazine, who was my idol, was Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
Yes. So and then they have these, like when a new issue comes out, so they throw a huge red carpet event in Hollywood, and they have like stars that were connected to it, Debbie Gibson. And,
who went through that process.
Yes. A show called Fame, which was on in the 80s.
Of course, dude.
My mom was a giant fan. The lady who was on that show at the time, there's all these famous people around you, and you're like, whoa. So I get the magazine comes out, and I get picked up right away by an agency in LA, Natalie Rawson.
So do you remember the day when you got the call?
Yes, I do. Well, my mom got the call, and then, babe, you got an agent. It's almost like feeling like you got a part. Like, all right, this is happening.
An agent saw your spread in the magazine.
Yes, and picked me out of hundreds of kids and adults.
And you have to sign a contract with that agent? How's it work?
Yeah. You I don't remember the complete details.
You're 8 years old.
Yeah. It was kind of, my parents were running all that. So you come in and both an audition, actually. So you don't just go, okay, any agent, you're going to take me, yay. I mean, we're wet behind the ears. We're, family from San Diego, doesn't know Hollywood or anything.
You have no clue.
But you're both working together. So you're interviewing this agent as they are interviewing you. Okay? And you go...
Because you can say no.
Yeah,
because I want someone else. Yeah. I don't like you.
Yeah, there's 100,000 agents in Hollywood. I mean, you don't know that as a child, but... But to me, it was like, it felt like getting my first job.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've loved entertaining. And there was nothing, I knew I was good at it. There was nothing that was going to stop me. It's because I wanted it.
So you said yes to this agent?
Yes. We both said yes to each other. Okay? And they tell me, they go through this whole spiel how you're going to go through 100 auditions before you even get a call back.
Get your expectations right, because you're not gonna win. It's gonna be at work.
Yeah, there's only one Macaulay Culkin. There's only, you know what I mean? There's those kinds
You're not gonna win the lottery like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Megastar.
Well, so I go out and I get an audition for a company called Tropicana Twister. Okay, which actually still exists to this day.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Flavored juices. And I go out for this, and we're supposed to be a camping family, and basically stand there, and we're drinking this juice and like camping
in a studio.
Yeah. And so we drive from San Diego to LA, and boom, the next day I get the call, I get the job. Now,
did you have to speak in the audition? This is your first audition.
First audition.
First offer.
Yeah.
First audition.
Yes.
And did you have a line, or were you just showing up?
We were just standing there as a family at this particular thing.
You're with a bunch of other actors?
Yeah. And they put this family together. I got a call the next day, 24 hours later, saying, we'll be filming this weekend. Come up to Hollywood.
You got the gig.
Got the job.
Now, you told me earlier that your niche was funny, chubby kid.
Funny, chubby kid. Correct.
That's hilarious. So in Hollywood as kids, every there's a spot for everybody.
There's a typecast for everybody.
There's a spot for everybody.
Correct.
Funny, entertaining, energetic, chubby kid.
Yes.
And so they wanted that kid.
And you walk into this room, and you're an 8-year-old, and at the time, and your mom and your dad are always telling you you're the most special little boy in the world, and you are everything. And all of a sudden, you walk into a room, and there's 100 of you.
Was that at that Tropicana Twister at that first audition?
Yeah.
Was there a lineup of kids that looked just like you?
Out the door, kids that look just like you.
Because that's got to be fucking crazy. That's got to be trippy.
Yeah. And to me now, at the time, I was excited about it.
Were you? Yeah, because you're like, these kids are cool. They want to do it. You didn't feel the sense of competition, and
I didn't know what that was. I was meeting friends.
Yeah.
And I just liked doing what I was doing. It was exciting. I just drove from San Diego to LA. Holy moly, I saw the Hollywood sign that you see on TV.
And your dream is, like, you're off to a great start.
Yeah.
So you get the gig. First try.
Yep. And I'm making $2,500 for the day. Okay.
One shoot
day. Boom. We're out some weird park in Hollywood. It's a residual. It's a national commercial, so I'm getting residual checks. I become a SAG member. My second audition, which came for a Panasonic TV commercial for a flat screen TV, which this was or late 80s at the time. Late 80s at the time, so flat screens were still only in Japan. So it was a commercial for a Panasonic TV that was strictly
Not even shown in America.
Not even shown in America. I'm on billboards. I was a little Japanese chef, and there was like a bunch of kids.
Wait, a white kid?
A white kid, yeah. I was a little like chef, and I had these weird little outfit costume on, and there was 10 principals, and then like 100 extras. And so we did this whole like Japanese dance, mushy mushy, and we did this dance.
Did you get the Panasonic commercial because you got the Tropicana, or what, did it?
Well, as you start to go on these auditions, obviously, on the back of it, it's your resume right there. I've been in this acting class.
He's working. He knows what's going on.
Yeah,
Wait, when did you start acting class?
I started acting class before I got my jobs.
Okay.
So right when I got into
your
Face
agent's like, you're going to
International,
need to do A, B, and C.
I was doing acting classes before I even had my agent. Because Face International, they were connected to like acting coaches and things. And
was acting class fun?
I loved it. It was
that
kind of like
in
an
LA
improv
too?
thing. Well, the first ones were in San Diego, but San Diego is only a few hundred miles, 80 miles away from there. So there, but it wasn't the same. It was kind of like the B league of improv classes.
Second tier.
But you're just getting started.
You're learning it.
Learning to read a monologue, learning facial expressions, learning how to yes and.
Now you actually, in your acting class, you met
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy. Was that in San Diego or LA?
That one was in LA.
Brittany Murphy, rest in peace.
Yes.
Beautiful, excellent actor. Famous for Clueless.
Yes.
Tragic death at a young age.
Also 8 Mile.
Oh, she's amazing. I loved her. I loved her.
We got paired together.
And you met her in San Diego?
No, we met in LA.
Oh, LA acting class.
We were in LA, and it was for whatever reason the coach would always pair me and her together, and I had the biggest crush. She had these big old doughy eyes, and like
was she good, dude? She was a natural actor.
You knew she was going to be big.
Okay.
Like that was the thing is in this group, and you start to see the same kids at all the same auditions.
And you're like 8 or 9 years old.
8 or 9. I'm not about 9 years old. 10 years old. In that age frame. 10 years old is once I had my agent. I started going on auditions and getting jobs.
Nice.
So I'm up in Hollywood, and we would get paired, but you would start to see the same kids at these auditions, because we all look the same. Or
you get to know each other.
Yeah, so you start to hang out and play with your toys in the lobby or go over our lines, and dude,
that's special that you had that thing with Brittany Murphy.
Yeah.
When she passed, did it break your heart?
Oh yeah, I cried.
Yeah.
I cried because I knew her before she was Brittany Murphy.
Yeah.
I knew her Brittany Murphy, and she wore these overalls, and she was we were the same age, and she was just like.
Dude, what a talent! What a talent she was.
And that was the thing is even then you knew she was going to be special, but you knew people around you, like Fred Savage's brother, who was in a class with us too. Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah, who we did a movie together. We were both at Clifford, together, which I actually auditioned for the role that he got, but because they liked me so much,
they put you in a backup role.
They gave me a different role because they gave that role to Fred Savage, who was also real famous at the time.
So Ben Savage, from Boy Meets World.
Yes.
So you got your second gig in Panasonic.
Yes. Billboards.
How much did you make for that gig?
That was $5,000 for a 5-day shoot. Now, because it was only in Japan,
Hollywood.
Yeah. But because it was in Japan only, it wasn't a national, so I didn't get residuals. But I got $5,000 for a 5-day shoot, and they paid for the hotel.
How much of that did you give to your parents?
Food. They probably took like $2,500, for expensive, all that stuff.
And then they're like, "Here's $2,000, $2,500. Go blow it, kid. You earned it.
You want to go to Toys R Us? Oh, you want every Nintendo game you want? Mike's Punch Out. You want the board to
the Power Glove.
Yeah, all of that stuff. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so you got the Panasonic gig.
Yep. I get another audition. Boom. Okay, and this one was for this was for Clifford. Actually, Clifford was my third audition.
So your first 2 auditions, you bagged the gig.
Bagged the gig.
And they're like, you're going to do hundreds of auditions.
Yeah.
Okay, so your third audition,
yes.
you bagged 2 roles.
Yes.
You're making money. Your agent's loving you. Do agents tell child actors, you're 9 years old, are they just feeding you that confidence and feeding you that, or what? How does it work?
Quite the opposite. I mean, they love you.
They break you down a little bit?
Like I said, you're going to go through 100 auditions before you're even looked at twice. And so I'm having the opposite of that. And I don't know if it was confidence because I didn't care. If I did care, maybe
Well,
I
obviously
did care.
you had talent. I mean, you're getting gigs. There's some luck involved, but
Yes.
you obviously had talent.
Yes.
You bagged your first. So the third audition is for a big Hollywood movie called Clifford.
called Clifford.
Charles Grodin, Martin Short,
Yes.
Ben Savage was in it.
Yes. And I, like I said, I auditioned for the role that Ben Savage got, but because I did such a great job at the audition, they gave me a different role.
Were there any callbacks in that audition?
No, I just got a call say, hey, you didn't get the role that you auditioned for, but we got you a different role.
We like you.
Do you want it? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have a Hollywood movie.
Hollywood movie.
What year Clifford came out? 1990.
I want to say 94.
94, 93, 94?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we filmed when I was 10 years old. Filmed when I was 10 years old. So I was nowhere near 94 at that time.
So it sat on the shelf for a while.
Sat on the shelf for about 5 years.
Okay. So you got the role in Clifford.
Get the role.
How many scenes were you in?
I was in 2 scenes.
Cool.
We filmed 3, but I did the 2 that made it.
Funny, chubby, sassy, quirky kid who's beyond his years.
Yeah.
I know the scene, dude.
Yeah,
I know the scene.
I'm in a bathroom. I'm wearing Martin Short's clothes, which were way too small for my chubby ass. Chocolate all over my face. Counting a big old roll of money.
And you got to meet Martin Short.
Yes, and Charles Grodin.
Martin Short is rumored to be one of the coolest dudes. Like, just
he was
a cool guy.
So amazing. Not only did I already know who he was, but he made me feel like he was working with me.
The Three Amigos, dude.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Three Amigos. Little
That's
Ned.
exactly
Little
it.
Neddy goes to war.
That's it. But he made me feel like I was the big deal.
He came and talked to you and asked you questions.
Yeah, and just told me how great I was and they're amazing and doing a good job. And he made me feel important, like I was the star.
You're on the right track.
Yeah.
You're on the right track.
Wow. And, so I had to go to school that day too because it was filmed during school day. So they had to take a break. I had to get tutored.
You had an on-set?
Yeah, on-set.
How long was the whole shoot for that?
That was 2 days.
So you just did 2 days of
Yeah,
film.
just did 2 days on that. And so I get that, boom, bag that. And I'm not going to lie. My 10-year-old little head, like I said.
You're like, this is it, dude. This is fucking it.
Yeah,
Game
I'm about
over.
to move to Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
I'm the quarterback.
Yes.
Which I didn't even know what that meant then, but yeah.
What was the next audition?
The next audition was for a college film, which I auditioned for. My agent said, look, it doesn't pay, but it's just something else to add to your resume.
Get your name out there.
Yeah, just, more experience. So I loved acting. Why not? And it's for
Do you remember what movie it was?
Eddie Five Fingers.
Eddie Five Fingers.
Yes, which a little actor by the name of Chauncey, who was also known as the guy of Squints in Sandlot, and also in Father of the Bride, and so on, who also just did a video with Eminem and Logic. Who
Currently, yeah. Squints from Sandlot.
From Sandlot, correct.
He got the gig
We
in
were in the
Eddie
same
Five
movie
Fingers.
together. Yes. And I was the leader of the gang, and he was trying to join our gang. He was a little nerdy kid.
So you got the Eddie Five Fingers.
I got
your fourth audition.
Fourth audition, and it's for USC, which is my favorite college.
It was a film school, independent.
Film school
cool.
and UFC. And in order for them to graduate, they had to make a full movie.
Yeah, USC Film School, legendary, one of the best in the country.
Will Ferrell,
yeah.
Just the endless.
George Lucas. Ever heard of him?
Endless list of everyone.
You're with Squints. Okay, so Squints and you are in this child actors.
In this movie.
Are you 9, 10 years old still?
We're 10 years old.
Okay.
We're wearing counterculture, baggy clothes, and we're little white kids, love to hip hop, but we're in this movie. Boom. And
do you remember who made that movie? Do you remember who the filmmaker?
I don't remember
Let's look that shit up.
Yeah.
I wondered who the filmaker was. Let's look that shit.
Exactly.
Eddie Five Fingers. Tell us who it was.
Yeah, remember me? Yeah. And it was a great experience because we had to.
Dude, and Squints went on to be a mega star.
Yeah. Everyone knows
Sandlot.
who he is.
The Sandlot.
Which I auditioned for. Sandlot, Pugsley from Addams Family, It, Captain Hook.
All the movies where kids were.
I was.
Tell the Addams Family story.
Okay, so
you go into audition.
I go into an audition, and I want to say.
Now Pugsley is like pale, shaved head. Did you have to do all that, or did you show up in your regular?
I was chubby, fat little white kid, so I didn't pale myself, but I had hair. To my mom, I had a full head of hair.
Yeah.
not a big deal for that. They take care of that on set,
Yeah.
stuff. So so I show up and I want to say I think it was Fox, which at the time you're talking in Living Color, all these other shows.
At the studio, that's the studio
Fox
you went to audition.
Yeah.
How many? Do you remember how many kids were there when you showed up for the audition?
So when you show up for an initial audition, when you show up for an initial audition, there's anywhere from 40 to 100 kids, and and that's just at the time frame they tell you to be there at. There's they do this for.
You're walking the lineup. You're walking the lineup.
And I got a call back. I think it was like 3 or 4 days later. Get a call back. Go all the way back up. Read the same lines. There's another person of the film, that's producer or whatever that you meet. I don't necessarily remember them all, but so you go, you read the lines. Okay, and it's very like you're doing great. They don't give you any
indication where you're at
that you're doing this.
Yeah.
So you go home and you just sit and wait. 3-4 days later, I get another call back. Go back up there. I'm like, man,
you're doing the exact same audition again,
audition,
for higher ups. For higher ups.
Yeah, you keep
a more executive producer is there to say, okay,
correct.
This kid got past round 1.
Yeah.
Now
I get past round 2. I get up to round 3, and I'm like, this is gonna be my.
You're
role.
feeling it.
This is gonna be my breakout role.
Yeah, it's Angelica Houston.
Yeah,
it's
boom.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be on the red carpet. I'm gonna be interviewed, and this was before like Hollywood TV. But you know what I mean. This is gonna be it.
You're seeing stars.
Yeah, and I get a 4th call back. Now it's down to 2 of us.
Yeah, and this is out of hundreds. They're searching for hundreds. Christina Ricci got the role of Wednesday Addams.
Correct. And and whether this is why I didn't get the role, I got really, really sick, like ammonia sick, like to the point where my mom wanted to cancel going to the audition and try to reschedule. And I said, over my dead body,
I'm not missing this.
I'm going.
I'm not missing
this. I'm not missing it. This is my life we're talking about. This is everything I've ever wanted. This is my role. And I go, and I don't get it.
Did you feel like you fucked up that audition? Did you feel like you didn't bring your A game?
I did. I was not feeling well. And for many years, I blamed it on being sick.
Yeah.
Whether that was it or not, I would have got better by the time we started filming. But for whatever reason, they went with the other kid.
You were, okay, look, down to the final 2.
Yeah.
This was a major Hollywood summer blockbuster release. I remember when Addams Family came out, and it was huge. MC Hammer, was on the. Was it Too Legit?
Yeah,
Too Legit to Quit. Was that the song for? No. It was the Addams Family. The Addams Family, and that's right. MC Hammer did the soundtrack.
Who was major at the time?
Is the biggest rapper in the world. So you got down to the final 2. When you got the news that you didn't get it after being the final 2, what'd you feel?
As a kid, you're not quite. You have disappointment, but getting told you're not going to Disneyland, that's your emotional letdown.
Yeah.
When it comes to something like this, it was kind of like I kind of brushed it off. I was like, but
there's going to be more.
I'm
4 for 4, dude.
I'm me.
You've done 4 auditions and
4 roles.
I've been crushing it.
Yeah, and I'm me, and I'm only getting better, and I'm only 10. But I carried this confidence then.
Yeah.
And so it was like, and then I just went on a laundry list of huge movies like The Sandlot.
So then any major Hollywood movie where they needed kids in your age bracket, were you auditioning for what's the kid's name in The Sandlot? The chubby kid.
I can't remember his name.
Was that the role you were going for?
The redheaded kid. He played catcher.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, he was awesome.
And he's on shirts. He's on shirts. My face should be on shirts right now.
Oh, dude.
You hear me, dude?
People love that kid.
Yeah.
What is his cannonball?
Yeah.
What's the other line he has? He's got a couple good lines.
He's got a few one-liners in that whole movie. Yes.
So that
which Darth Vader's in that movie.
Hayden?
Darth Vader. The guy who played Darth Vader.
The old school Darth Vader or Hayden from the prequels?
Darth Vader.
The in the suit or James Earl Jones?
James
Oh
Earl
yeah,
Jones.
you're talking about the voice of Darth.
Yeah, the voice.
Darth
Okay,
Vader.
sorry.
Okay, yeah, yeah. James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Darth Vader
Yeah,
is
yeah.
in Sandlot.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's awesome. James
Yeah.
Earl Jones, just all about baseball movies with what was the other one with Kevin Costner?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Great movie.
People always forget that James Earl Jones is an amazing actor, but he's known for Mufasa and Darth Vader, dude. Okay, so you're starting to feel what it's like to get rejected.
Yes.
So you missed out on The Sandlot.
Yeah.
You missed out on
And the
Hook.
hits just keep coming. Like,
I remember going to extra castings for Hook,
Yes.
and a lot of our friends who were good skateboarders in
Yes.
Central Coast, California, got in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, some kids got in there.
Kindergarten Cop was one of my other favorite interviews because I was such a giant Arnold
Oh,
Schwarzenegger.
that would have been huge. That would have been huge. Did you get callbacks on that?
I did get a call back on Kindergarten Cop.
That would have been fun.
Yes.
The kid who's like, boys have a penis, girls
Yeah,
have a vagina.
Yeah.
Legendary. Yeah, dude. On Hook, the extras in Hook, the
Yes.
kids who didn't even have lines, the kids who were just lost boys in the
Yeah.
background, got $100 a day.
Yep.
For some of them for up to 6 months.
Yes.
The extras.
Extras, yeah. Which I think is I think it's standard. to extras
Yeah,
get
there's
$100
a standard thing. There's a standard thing.
Yeah.
But some of the kids with just a few lines or some action pieces got paid more. So
Yeah.
that would have been a good gig. So now you're experiencing some rejection. Like you hit. Let's say you hit that crazy crescendo at the Addams Family.
Yes.
Number 2. I mean, if you get that, if you get Pugsley,
I was on my way to buying a Lamborghini.
that Lamborghini's
Yeah.
going to become real.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you feeling after 2 or 3 of these big budget summer blockbusters come and go, and now you're not
So here's what happened, or here's what took place. So I'm going on, and about a year goes on now, and I don't know it, but I start thinking maybe I need to change agencies.
okay.
Something's going on. I changed acting coaches. I got into a coach who was with like Uncle Joey from Full House, and I started.
They have their resume.
Yeah, I started getting deeper into acting classes with more higher level coaches. So you start spending more money on coaches. I left the original agency I was at and went with Hervey Grimes, which was a duo team agency, and went with them. I don't know why. I ended up meeting with them.
Are you pulling the strings? So now you're 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Are you pulling the strings on these decisions, or is your mom and dad, or are they kind of passive?
I was in complete control.
So as a 10-year-old, you're saying, "Oh fuck, I need a new agent.
Yeah.
I need better acting classes. I
Yeah.
need more prestige. I need better connections."
My career is not going where I thought it should be right
As a
now.
10-year-old, dude.
Yes. And so,
Are a lot of the kids in the child acting game thinking in the terms that you're thinking? Are they kind of leading the show, or are some of them driven by their parents?
I think majority of it was driven by parents. My parents were the most supportive parents, and we're only there.
Whatever you want to do, Josh.
Because
Whatever you want to do.
We're here to support you, bro.
They drove you to LA every week from San Diego.
Every week for years.
This was like your traveling soccer. This was your sport.
Exactly. I also, a little rewind of the clock here, I got a Reynolds Wrap commercial, okay, which was being filmed in Minnesota. Okay, we were a nerdy family wearing glasses, turkey dinner on the table. We go to take a bite of the turkey. All our glasses explode because we didn't use Reynolds Wrap to cover the turkey.
So it got stale and jacked up.
All our glasses shattered. So not only
They flew you out to Minnesota?
first class, and my mom obviously had to work. So my grandfather, who was a very special man to me, is no longer with us.
He escorted you.
He flew with us first class, gave me a penthouse suite at this hotel in Minnesota, picked us up in a limo. I made like $6-7 for the initial thing plus residuals. Catered food, allowance for money for other food.
Dude,
outside.
you tasted
Yes.
literally
Yeah.
of that dream you had, which is crazy to have ambition as a 7-8-year-old and say, I want to be an actor in Hollywood. You got in there and tasted it.
Yes.
The red carpet treatment.
Yeah, a bowl of M&Ms.
Yeah.
M&Ms in plain ones.
The dream come true.
Yeah.
So you're getting back to this point, and you're not scoring some of these gigs, and you change up your agency, you change up some acting classes.
Yes.
Are you now taking acting classes in LA?
In LA, yes.
How often are those?
So that was once a week.
So every weekend, school's done.
Yeah.
Your mom drives you to LA to take an acting class.
Yeah. For
Did
2
you meet?
hours.
Did you meet anybody cool in those?
Well, that's where
I started. Brittany Murphy.
Yeah, Brittany Murphy. Let's see. God, who else? There was. Remember the show Growing Pains?
Yeah.
Okay, the little curly-haired girl.
Yeah.
Her. I mean, the list of all those.
So you got into some good acting classes. Do you have to? Do you have to apply to those, and they decide if they want to take you, or if you pay the money, you're in?
You pay the money, you're in. You know.
Do you remember how much those were?
I want to say roughly, probably, and at the time we're talking early '90s, late '80s, roughly about $125 a class.
Okay.
So I mean, we're to now it's probably 500.
Yeah, but you're spending your money.
Yeah.
You're spending that money you earn.
Yes, correct.
So you change it up. You try to get a little more action going.
Reinvent myself, and somebody who at the time, being in special ed, like I've talked about before, so every year back then they didn't know how to treat special ed classes, so they would ship you off to a new school every year.
So you got bounced around to schools
Yeah.
because of your special ed
Yes, because of my
categorization.
Yeah. And so finally, from about 6th grade on, which is, a little older now, I'm still acting, and I haven't had a part in a few years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're going to auditions, you're
Yeah.
taking classes, and
Yeah.
it's drying up a little bit?
And, I still loved it, but it was just, I all of a sudden had a group of friends that I was in the same classes with for a few years now.
Yeah.
And I'm just wanting to hang out. I'm just wanting to hang out with my friends. You're becoming popular socially, and you have a competing interest with acting. The dream of acting has lost some of its shine, and you've got some people. You're becoming a young man. Yeah, and let's go hang out. Let's play ball. Let's
cause trouble.
Yeah, and and that's kind of where. And at 15 years old, where I hadn't had a role in quite some time now. Other than putting all this work and going, and at that point, by the time I become a teenager, the heartbreak of not getting these roles, it started to feel like it was just never going to happen.
You're forgetting what it felt like to bag the gig, and now you're starting to say, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm a washed up.
Yeah,
I'm a washed up Hollywood actor.
I'm a washed up childhood actor at 15 years old.
Do you carry any regret? Do you carry any sadness over not sticking with it?
Yes. I don't want to call it regret. I call it wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder what if, which I'm sure everyone has.
What could you have done differently?
I remember talking to my parents about moving to LA. So the journey wouldn't be so
taxing.
Yeah.
And you're in the mix. You're catching more news, better agents.
You're relevant. You're in the neighborhood.
You're
going to the same school.
When you had that conversation with your parents about moving to LA, how did it go?
Well, my father, who owned a business, which worked 18 hours a day at, which he did it all for us. My mom, who worked at the post office, which she probably could have got a transfer, but there's no family in LA. We have all my aunts, uncles, cousins in San Diego. Our roots are in our home.
Yeah.
So.
But were they? If you
they were contemplating.
If you pushed it, would they have done it?
There was a lot of contemplating about it. There was definitely thought, and nights I'm sure they lost sleep.
Yeah.
Thinking about
because they saw some of your success.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about the what ifs. Like, were you on the verge? Like, if you moved to LA, it's a full-time gig.
Yeah.
You just pop right in, or was it better that you stayed in San Diego? Like, that's a crazy thing to reflect on.
Yeah, because just some of my past stories, drug use, things like that. I thought, man, well, if I made it, became an A-list celebrity, all of a sudden everyone. What's weird about that?
Would I be having drug use in the ghetto?
Yeah,
or drug use in
Beverly Hills?
Yes,
and not paying for the drugs, just getting them for free because people want to hang out with you.
Yes,
but then do I die because of it? Is it a tragic story?
Yeah, you try to find the positive. Like, did I dodge a bullet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I dodge a bullet? Want a piece of the inside says yes. But maybe that's because I
You're
stopped.
rationalizing.
Yeah,
You're rationalizing.
I'm justifying the quitting.
As a teenager, getting into junior high and high school, did you ever think about getting back into it? Did you ever think about, like, I'm going to give this another shot? You took that hiatus.
As an adult, I thought about it. You know,
because you're 20. Let's say, take me to when you're 20 years old. You're in Southern California.
Well, 20 years old, I was in prison. So, you know, and at that particular time, there was no thought about it. I was on a whole other page of things. But then later on in life, you know, I'm always an entertainer. I love to party. I love to socialize. And I always go back to that, you know.
Art, do you think you're a good actor?
I have the ability to be a great actor. I'm not saying I am, but I have the ability to be something special, you know. But that, you know, work ethic, practice, doing all the necessary things to make that happen.
What would it take to get you back? You turned 40 this year, 39
Yes.
years old. What would it take to get you back and pursuing Hollywood again?
You know, it's funny you say that. I've actually been watching a show that's based in LA. It's called Lucifer on Fox, now Netflix. And it's in LA. It's a Hollywood. And I see streets that I was on. I see the studio. And for the last 2 weeks that I've been watching this show, in my mind, I even said this to my mother the other day, I've been thinking about moving to LA.
Like LA
right now.
is kind of a character in the show Lucifer, and in many shows,
yeah.
LA is this beautiful city. It's a special city. It's one of my spirit cities. It's charming you again, and you're wondering, like, what if I went back? Also, Southern California is badass. We're up here in Bend, Oregon, by the way. Far from Hollywood, but we're giving it our best shot.
Yes. Which is also a great town.
It's a great town. If you complain about Bend, the whole world is trying to move to Bend. If you complain about Bend, you're a little bitch.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have cold-ass winters. And Josh and I grew up in California where
it's California.
Yes. 75 degrees average year-round temperature.
And going
that
to the
is
grocery store
worth its weight in gold.
Yes.
Okay, so you've had some inkling of, like, what if
I just go back and I join the circuit
and grind.
Yeah.
Grind.
Yeah.
Go to auditions.
Get in classes. Just knock on doors and
taking
what I
your
know,
confidence that you have now.
And what I know is my child experience, and I'm sure some things have changed, but also not taking no for an answer now. Not letting them tell me that I'm not good enough for the role.
You would beat down some doors.
Yes. You're going to deal with me. You know,
Why not
in a negative way.
Why not start off by getting your acting chops back on cue and doing some local theater? We've got 2 or 3 theaters here in town that are always taking applications.
Always, and doing actually pretty decent sized, good quality plays.
We have the Bend Film Festival, which I helped with do a commercial,
which is awesome.
I played a cowboy. We've got some shit going on here. Why not start a hobby?
Yes.
And get into local theater.
I get my toes when I get, which I have been thinking about. Another fun fact is I've always been scared to do stage acting.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. For me, it's...
And I know you to be a fearless man. Like,
yes.
Like most people don't think you're afraid of anything.
No. But for whatever reason, I respect play actors, Broadway play. I mean,
it's raw.
That is acting intimate. And it's raw. It's
intimate.
Yeah, it is.
It's like this. It's like I'm sitting across from you, watching you try to make me feel something.
But you're not even there. You're there, but you're not there when I'm playing this role.
Yes, you're getting lost in it.
I am dancing in this world with nobody watching. When I'm dancing like nobody's watching, but the world is watching.
See, you're going to get a little fan base. Even from this podcast, you're going to get a little fan base. You might have some from the movie Clifford. Tropicana Twister. And they're going to say, dude.
That's that guy.
Go do it.
Yeah.
Go do it.
You come to a class where you come with me.
Go do. You know, I've been wanting to get moving in.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Yes, which is another thing.
Stand up.
Yeah.
I think I could write 5, 10, 15 good minutes, get some bits going, and
I can perform your writing.
Yes. Well, I would like to try to perform it as well. I think you would be a better dramatic actor.
Yes.
And I think I would do well at stand-up comedy.
I do too. I've always, like I said, watching Eddie Murphy and Raw and even Red Fox
Yeah.
And those guys. That is what started it.
Well, here's the thing that you have as an actor and as a performer. You have a gift. Before you even open your mouth, when strangers see you, they're already rooting for you. Okay, now don't take this the wrong way. It's not because you're the funny, chubby kid from 9 years old. It's because people sense your goodness. They sense your authenticity, and when people watch you, they're already rooting for you, and they want you to succeed, whether you're doing stand-up, whether you're performing on stage, dancing. So you have that charm and that energy.
Yes.
You have that already. You have that already, bro. That goes a long way. And then you add to it acting skills and learning to figure out all that shit.
Yes.
So you've got that in your corner. And in Bend, Oregon, everyone that I know that knows you is rooting for you. There's it's true, dude. You've got that energy.
That's just...
You take that into auditions.
Yes. Which, Oregon has actually kind of been on the rise. There's a ton of filming going on in Portland.
Yeah, well, we got stuff going in. I helped on one of the productions, the Reese Witherspoon movie, The Wild, here in Bend, Oregon.
Was filmed out here.
Yeah, it was filmed. There's a bunch of stuff filmed. Yeah, Leverage was in Portland. We've got a bunch of stuff going on, but it's like you said. To me, the most tragic part of the story, your story, is that moment where you're like, maybe moving to Hollywood. Yeah. Even from San Diego, which isn't that far. No. Hour and a half drive. Yeah. But just that distance is a blocker. Yeah. Especially with kids. Now, if you're a grown-up, you can just zip over there and do your own shit. But as a kid, you've got all life and family and school and cousins and grandparents and connection. So to pick up every audition and try to, that's a big deal. And for a family that's not financially, has a ton of extra finances. Yeah. So to me, the most tragic part of that story is like, what if somehow you did get to go to LA? You moved in with a friend or a cousin or spent half the week in San Diego. What could have happened? But no regrets, brother. I think you can.
It's a giant part of who I am.
Yeah.
It's also abilities that I still have that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Yeah.
You're so good with people. You love people.
People are my passion.
I noticed that about great Hollywood actors too, is that they're gracious toward people, and it's becoming more and more of a thing. Like, if you're a bitch in Hollywood, you're not going to make it anymore. Back in the day, you could, but now people want to work with cool people.
You look at George Clooney, okay?
Beloved.
Yeah.
Beloved.
And this man, and you look at when the riots happened. Okay. And, he wasn't George Clooney at the time, but he was still George Clooney, and he is working, and he has his little group of friends that are now mega famous, who were talking about going to Palm Springs when this happened because they wanted to get out of town.
Yeah.
And he said, you're not going anywhere. And they went to Home Depot and bought a bunch of shovels and trash bags and went to East LA and started picking up trash.
Help cleaning up the riots. Yeah.
And he said, we live here, we work here. It's our job to help these people.
He's a good example of that too. And I've heard from other actors, like, it's fun being on set with him. I think about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. All those people in the Avengers movie together, they have become a family. Yeah. And if you're a dick, you won't last long. No. Like in the old days, that worked, but now it's like, we also want to enjoy our lives and build family on set and come right. See, you would do that.
Oh yeah,
you would do that, bro.
Like, who I feel like I'd fit right in with is the whole Seth Rogen and James Franco, their whole little rat pack that they got going on.
What a crew, huh?
Like, that's who I know. I would just sit there and smoke a bong hit with, and we would come up with stupid movies and make it happen.
Yes, that's the thing. Hollywood has changed so much. Seth Rogen and those guys, they can promote weed. They can promote getting high. They can be a part of this, and it doesn't matter because it's about lifestyle and being together. And they're nice dudes.
And they're righteous guys.
Nice dudes. Yeah. Nice dudes. Yeah. Seth Rogen is writing partners Goldberg, and they get together, and people want to hang out and just have a good time. Yeah,
and that's like
enjoy their work.
You think about what was the name of the movie? This is it, or This Is the End.
This is the end. Everyone's in that.
They're playing themselves.
Yeah. It's a great movie. It's a great movie about the rapture.
Yeah.
And they're just making jokes. Yeah. They're making jokes about the biblical rapture. Yeah.
And I thought...
And playing themselves and making fun of themselves.
Yes.
So good. Michael Cena.
Yeah. just a phenomenal. And yeah, even the range on that whole set of skills in making fun of yourself in the thing that they were doing.
Totally.
It just was. It was outrageous.
Totally.
And that is the kind of like stuff that makes my blood boil again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Well, also I've said about being a screen presence in Hollywood or wherever, there are, like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Considered the greatest actor of all time. He's in a movie, it's going to be up for Best Picture and Best Actor, and he wins all the time. He's one of the best of all time, but he's not the most bankable because Robert Downey Jr., you put him on screen and he's just got this energy.
Who was on his road to failure for a little while.
He's had a crazy Hollywood journey. Yeah. That should inspire you.
Yeah.
He looked like he was out, and now he's the biggest star in the world.
Yeah.
He's Iron Man. But you look at, like, he's not going to be nominated as much as Daniel Day-Lewis, but he's going to make bigger box office because the bulk of society wants to be around his energy.
Yeah.
A lot of these people, it's not even about acting craft, although Robert Downey Jr. is amazing.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Very talented guy.
He should be nominated for some of his Marvel work.
Yeah.
Hollywood doesn't recognize that shit.
Yeah.
He should be nominated. But it's his on-screen energy. Tom Cruise, dude, did you see the Top Gun sequel trailer?
No.
Oh, shit. You need to go watch it. It just came out this weekend at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember when Top Gun first came out?
Yes.
Oh, bro.
Everyone wanted to be a jet fighter.
The danger zone. Yeah. Oh, dude, Navy
got a leather bomber jacket because of it.
Navy recruitment's going to go up again because of Top Gun. It's called Top Gun Maverick.
Which they filmed some of that in San Diego.
Of course, dude. Yeah. Camp Pendleton.
Yeah.
Camp Pendleton. I went out there for a movie shoot. Yeah. It's I think those guys have this on-screen energy.
Yes.
And that translates into a number of different ways. By the way, Tom Cruise is underrated as well. He should have way more nominations. He's a phenomenal. In my opinion, he's one of the best actors of all time. He is a
great actor.
Best of all time. Best of all time.
Yeah, but
he makes action movies.
His outside shenanigans are what.
That doesn't matter, dude.
It doesn't. That's people are judging him.
And I don't even call those outside shenanigans, dude. So what? So what, dude?
Oh, I don't care. He wants to believe in some spaceships or whatever. Yeah, dude. Go ahead.
If I know somebody who believes in spaceships, I'm like, that's a magical motherfucker. I want to be a part of that.
I want to be part of
other planets. Come on.
Yes.
Dude, I will go to the grave giving Tom Cruise props. He's my
risky business.
He's my guy. Like I think of yes, dude, Tom Cruise. I kind of look like him a little bit.
Yeah, a little risky business.
Yeah. So I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan, but you could do it again, bro.
Yes,
you could do it again. Maybe I ought to be your agent and coach.
I think we should do it.
I think we should do it. If I get you a local gig,
I will do it.
You'll do it.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. I'll make you a promise. This winter, when my work schedule slows down, I will go join the theater and do a play.
You'll get a role.
I'll get a role. Yes. Or I'll at least audition for a role.
Dude.
Yeah.
They do Rocky Horror Picture Show here. Yeah. They do zombie flicks here.
Yes, all kinds of stuff. And I will go audition for a role.
All right. I have your word on that?
You have my word.
Okay.
Yes.
This, in 2019.
Yes, this winter.
Once child star Josh Seal
is making a comeback.
Is getting back. Making a comeback. Dude, I love it. Real quick, you're watching Lucifer right now?
Correct. Show.
You love Lucifer. You love supernatural shit, and the show Supernatural is your all-time favorite.
Fan.
All-time favorite.
Yes.
Do you want to give a shout out to Padalecki?
Yeah. Hey, you guys are amazing. Thanks for 15 years of great television.
Yeah. Or 15 or more.
They're on their 15th season, which is their final season.
That's phenomenal. Yeah. So you're a huge fan of Supernatural, Lucifer. What else are you watching these days? What are you binging out? Did you see Stranger Things?
No, I've never even watched one episode.
All right. You're going to have flashbacks to being a child star going to auditions, because Stranger Things is Goonies, The Sandlot, It is all of those, Hook, it is all those movies rolled into one with like a dark, edgy horror feel, but it's about kids and friendships, and we get to see them go from elementary school to high school and the romances and moving out of town, and it's basically like watching, Goonies and It.
Watching our childhood all in.
But you're going to have flashbacks, dude, because it's going to remind you of that world. Yeah. What else are you watching at home?
Another great show. I binge watched The Ranch. Phenomenal show.
Ashton Kutcher, Sam Elliott.
Yeah, I love it because
Dude, if Sam Elliott's in it,
yeah,
I'm say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more. One of the greatest actors of our time.
I still hear him say Mijo every time I think of Patrick Swayze.
Dude, Roadhouse?
Yeah, which I watched the other day.
Don't you ever fucking bring up Roadhouse. Roadhouse is one of the all-time greatest movies.
Yes.
Roadhouse is a film.
Ballerina dancer.
Oh, yeah. Patrick Swayze, he's phenomenal, dude.
Yes.
He's phenomenal. He rips out throats.
Yeah,
He's a kung fu artist. He does tai chi in his Yeah, that's right. Mijo.
Yeah.
That's right, dude. Imagine getting into a scruff at a bar and it's Patrick Swayze and Sam Elliott breaking your shit up.
Yeah, with the greatest mustache ever.
Dude, Roadhouse, not only is it rewatchable,
Yeah.
and it's full of camp,
Yeah.
and there's sex scenes, there's 80s music,
All of it.
there's crazy bullshit, there's blues music.
Yes.
Dude, Roadhouse, that's my number one Patrick Swayze movie, by the way, and maybe one of my favorite of all 80s action movies ever made.
Yeah.
Ever made.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And I'll say, it's tough because Ghost was a great story.
Dude, Ghost is a great movie. I believe it was nominated for Academy Awards. It broke box office records for its time, for its genre. It stayed in the back in those days.
Yeah.
In the late 80s, early 90s, movies could stay at the top of their game in the box office for months.
6 months.
Yeah, you could go to a summer movie and see that same movie. Now it's like you get like 3 or 4 weeks
until the next summer.
Oh yeah, because they're run like Ghost was in the movies. For 6 months.
Saw it 3 times in the theater.
Yeah, dude, I remember seeing that movie.
Which was actually kind of scary.
Dude, Demi Moore, what a babe. There's some scary shit in that movie.
Yeah, the whole creepy ghost thing, and there's
the afterlife.
I remember kind of being like, whoa.
Yeah, dude. Most people will remember Patrick Swayze for Ghost.
Yeah.
But I'm all about
Roadhouse.
Patrick Swayze, Roadhouse.
Yes.
Patrick Swayze, Donnie Darko.
Yes.
Patrick Swayze, Red Dawn.
Yes.
Red Dawn. He's also in a movie called Steel Dawn.
Yeah.
People don't know much about it.
Truck driver one. He was a truck driver, and in one of his other movies, and
was it the one? Is it the? I don't know what fucking movie you're talking about.
Well, there's a movie where he's a truck driver, and it's pretty action packed, and he like jumps out of his moving 18-wheeler to kick people's ass and gets back.
Is it kind of like Roadhouse? Is it Bad Dog or something like that?
Yes.
It's called like Bad Dog.
And he's a truck driver.
Oh, it's called Black Dog.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That he's a truck driver that kicks ass.
Okay, I need to go rewatch that tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah, right now I watched Stranger Things. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite seasons. I did watch Game of Thrones.
I've never seen a single episode or know nothing about that show. And everyone looks at me like I'm an alien.
Yeah, dude, that was a national phenomenon. Try it. Worldwide phenomenon. Give it a try and see if you get into it. I watched some of that. I'm really into the documentary series on Netflix. Anything about cooking.
Yeah.
Top Chef, Chef's Table. Jon Favreau just put out a series about
The Black Godfather.
Documentary on
phenomenal movie. It made me cry. It made me laugh, and
This is an underground movie on Netflix about a man who made stars. He
is
made
the gatekeeper.
stars.
He is the gatekeeper.
A mover and a shaker in music in Hollywood.
Music and for movies.
He made stars. Okay, that's definitely on my list. All right, Josh. I'm holding you to your commitment.
You have it.
You're getting back into Hollywood. You guys all heard it.
Coming back.
Hey,
2020.
Go follow this guy on Instagram.
At Soja San Diego, Soja San Diego on Instagram.
At Soja San Diego. Named after Soja the band?
Yes.
What does that mean? What does Soja mean?
Soldiers of Jaws Army.
I got it. So it's like soldiers of peace and love.
Yes.
Of
Rastafarian love.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah.
Big reggae fan over here.
Huge.
At Soja San Diego. You can always look at The Kevin Wright Show, and we'll go from there. Josh, dude, you have a crazy story.
Yes.
I'm gonna make sure you stick to your promise.
Oh, you have my word.
I love you, buddy.
Thank you so much. I love you too, bro.